Hey gear nerds, Grady Hansen here with Guitar Gear How To, guitar player for Stone Prophet and Scars of Silence. Today I just got a quick, cool one for you. For anybody that uses ground-based modelers like a Helix floor or the Kemper stage or a head rush or anything like that. Cool little hack. So the Helix, I personally use the Helix. It's got 4 effects loops that you can run external effects in, and it's a great unit. It's a great all-in-one unit. But there's a couple of real pedals that I've always used and I just can't live without. Um, and instead of mounting my Helix to a traditional pedal board, which I tried, I did the Temple thing, and it's an awesome product, but I play in 2 bands, so I try to minimize gas money because I kind of live out in the sticks and I got to drive to town for rehearsals. So I like to take my motorcycle, and what's cool about the Helix is you can get a little Helix backpack for it. Um, but, if you mount it on a pedal board, then you're trying to have this huge pedal board in your small car, or in my case, your motorcycle. So in order to keep everything compact, let's show you what I did. So the first thing I did, as you can see here, and it's not the cleanest, tidiest thing in the world, excuse me, in the world, but it works. I Velcroed some of my favorite outboard pedals onto the Helix. As you see, we have the Precision Drive here, which we all know, if you're a high gain metal player, is an awesome pedal. Oh, and that's little baby. Here she is. Yeah, chewing on XLR cables. You might think it's unprofessional to have a little baby on your YouTube videos. Well, I think it's cool. So, anyways. So, another pedal here that I have always used, and there's a lot of agreements and disagreements about this pedal, but I think it makes my setup sound great, is the BBE Sonic Maximizer. Yeah, she knows. She knows it's awesome. They made a mini version, so I put that on there. And because Helix does not have a polyphonic pitch shifter on it, I have put this drop D pedal on here, which enables me to quickly change from drop D to drop C. Hopefully someday Helix will actually put a polyphonic pitch effect in there, and I won't have to have this one strapped on. But a little disclaimer, the bag, now the Helix bag doesn't zip up all the way because mainly because of the Sonic Maximizer knob sticks up a little bit and blocks the zipper, but it gets in there good enough to throw on my back, ride my bike to practice, try and pretend like I'm not an old guy, but an old cool guy. Yeah. Anyways, so and then over there on the left, now you see that I have to supply power to these. It's the MXR Power Brick ISO Brick Mini, and I strapped that on there, and you can actually power 5 pedals with that, even an 18-volt one, or you can link it to another one. And as you can see across the front of the Helix, I actually have room for a couple more mini pedals if I wanted. So anyways, and then moving on, to power all this in a halfway neat way, we have what's called a courtesy plug that I got from good old Sweetwater, and it's got a female IEC input to run your main power out to, the wall, and then it's got a male IEC that I go into the Helix with, and then it's got just a regular plug wiring off of that I use to power the ISO Brick Mini. So all this together, and bada bing, bada bang, I now have some external pedals looped into my Helix without having to mount everything to a pedal board. I don't know if you can see on the front shot of the Helix, I also put taller feet on the front of the Helix. I actually went to the hardware store and bought some door stops and and put taller feet on it so I get a little more tilt. And it also allows me to run some of the cables underneath the helix without them being pinched. And there you go. So hopefully this might give you some ideas, help you out if you love your helix but you've been missing that pedal, or if you love your head rush or your Kemper or whatever but you've been missing that one pedal that you would like to have. Yeah, I mean, it's not the neatest, cleanest looking thing in the world, but stick that some bitch on there and go play some music. See you, gear nerds.